What's going on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, all platforms? Welcome to another episode of New York Giants Full Access with your boy Bigpatssportstalk, and we are talking about free agency for the New York Giants upcoming right after the combine. And we're going to be talking about some free agents the New York Giants should be targeting. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about Mr. Chavarious Ward, cornerback from the San Francisco 49ers. Hey, we need a number one corner. So let's talk about Mr. Chavarious Ward and what he can bring to the New York Giants if we sign him in free agency. Let's get it.
4, 3, 2, 1. Connect!
Thank you guys for tuning in, and look,
I'm feeling pretty good.
welcome to New York Giants Full Access. All right, welcome to New York Giants Full Access. We're talking about Mr. Chavarious Ward. Hey, listen, man, this is a guy that could come in and do some pretty good things here for the New York Giants, and he can assure the cornerback spot for the New York Giants. We need a number one corner opposite of Tay Banks and Drew Phillips. If we add this guy to our cornerback room, maybe our cornerback room will be a lot better because these guys have a veteran to look up to and a guy that has been successful in this NFL, man. We need guys like this on this team, man. He brings toughness. He can play zone. He can play man to man, and he knows how to get after the ball. He knows how to intercept the ball, and he could teach Tay Banks on how to get through struggles. Chavarious Ward had struggles with the 49ers and the Chiefs before he became an all-pro corner, so this is a guy that I think we should target and should be one of the first people we call in the free agency period. He's a very good tackler. He knows how to get the ball out of the receiver's hands. So let's take a look at Mr. Chavarious Ward as a player. What did he do? What was his grades and everything of such? So let's get into it. Mr. Chavarious Ward, man, like this kid as a corner, 6'1", 196 pounds, almost 200 pounds. He's 28 years old, so he's not over the hill. Everybody in this fan base acts like if you're over the age of 25, you're over the hill. You're not worth a sign. You're not worth anything. But he's number 7 with the San Francisco 49ers. So let's take a look at his grades. This is by PFF grade, but we'll see. Now, kind of have a little bit of a down season. Had a 56.2 overall grade, but the 49ers had a down season as a team this year. He was 148th out of 223 cornerbacks. Had a pass rush grade on a cornerback, which is crazy, 43.6. So I guess they graded it about when he blitzed. A run defensive grade of 48.4. You're not looking for your cornerbacks to be super run defenders in your defense. And he had a coverage grade of 58.2, which is normally higher than what was this season, because in 2023, let's see what he did in 2023. You gotta unlock that with PFF, but you had a 58.2 grade last year, which was 134th out of 223 qualifying cornerbacks. Now, if you look at his grades, if you just base everything off PFF grades, you will say that, hey, this dude's not a very good corner, and he's not somebody that you should target in free agency. But I say you're absolutely wrong, man. This guy here, he brings a different dynamic to this team, man. You put him opposite of Tay Banks and Drew Phillips, we have a cornerback trio that I believe will be very, very, very formidable for this team. And we could compete with the A.J. Browns, the Devontae Smiths, the C.D. Lambs, the Terry McLaurins, those guys, the Cavante Turpins, the Brandon Cooks, if they decide to bring him back to the Cowboys, man. We have some receivers in this division that are very, very formidable, and they make us pay, man. Look at A.J. Brown. He makes everybody pay. Devontae Smith makes people pay. Look at what the Eagles just did. They went on and won the Super Bowl. So we have to be able to bring some guys here on this team that are ready to compete and ready to compete at a high level. But we're going to get into what do people think Chavarious Ward will be worth on the open market. Let's see what they think that he's worth on the open market, man. As you can see, his previous average salary was $13.5 million. Let's see what they believe Chavarious Ward is worth on the market. Now, he will be 29 years old next year, so he's not quite 30 yet. So they're saying he has an average salary of around $15.3 million. They say his market value is probably around 3 years, $45,863,000. Cornerback ranked 12th in the year. Cornerback ranked 12th. So these are some of the guys that are making some around the same money as he is. People like Jonathan Jones and Kendall Fuller and James Bradbury, who will be released. Now the top corner, in the league will probably be Jalen Ramsey, and they're all around the same age of 29. Jalen Ramsey is making $24 million a year, so he won't be getting Jalen Ramsey money. Let's just say that the Giants are able to sign him for about $17 million a year, which would be maybe around 3 years, $51 million. Let's just say we get him around 3 years, $50 million. Giants fans, do you think that is a contract that you're willing to pick up, as far as we're going to have upwards of over $50 million of cap space before we do any restructures or release anybody? So around 3 years, $50 million. I don't see why that would be outrageous to sign him to come over here and be the number one corner for the New York Giants. I think that's a very good deal. I think that's a very good deal for us, man. Around 3 years, $50 million, man. We can target him and have him throughout the season. 3 years, $50 million, around $17 million a year. That's not a bad contract to have a guy to come to this team and maybe be your number one corner and maybe get Tay Banks' confidence back. Let's say Tay Banks gets his confidence back and starts playing like his rookie season throughout the stretch of his rookie season. You got two tough guys on the outside. You got a tough guy in the slot with Drew Phillips. I think this could change this team's defensive dynamic when it comes to the pass game. You know what I'm saying? Drew Phillips is a monster when it comes to the run game. He goes in there and makes great tackles. He knows how to blitz, and he does very good coverage. Tay Banks, let's get him back to form. We brought over the DB coach from the New York Jets. Let's see if he can get him back to playing with confidence. And then Chavarious Ward has Super Bowl experience, has great experience with the 49ers, playing with that defense with Fred Warner and those guys. Let's see if we can get some of these guys to come in here and bring some of that swagger and some of that confidence over here and allow these guys to develop and turn into some monsters. Maybe our pass rush gets a lot better, or they have confidence to where, hey, we don't have to get there in 3 milliseconds to stop them from throwing the ball. You know what I'm saying? Somebody like a Chavarious Ward, man, would be a godsend for this team, man. And I truly believe he is a guy that you should be targeting, man. He should be a guy that you should be targeting in the free agency period, man. Chavarious Ward, like I said, he plays the ball very well. He can intercept the ball. He can play man and zone. He has confidence in both. And Shane Bowen, he runs a zone scheme, so it won't be something brand new to him. And with Tane Banks getting a whole year in that system, hopefully, like I said, he gets his confidence back, and we can do some things with Chavarious Ward, Tane Banks, and Drew Phillips. Man, Giants fans really think about that, man. This guy can actually be a huge get for this Giants team, man. In 3 years, around $50 million. I don't think that's a bad contract for a number one corner in the NFL to change the dynamic of your team. So Chavarious Ward, man, I would like to sign a guy like him. There's a couple other cornerbacks out there I might get to for the New York Giants in this free agency period, man. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. Go check out the Patreon for the Aboriginal Sports Network, New York Giants Uncut, NFL Uncut, NBA Uncut. Man, we're going to be doing content to where we give you our point of view, no filter. So you won't have to worry about us being filtered because we're here on YouTube. Go over there to the Patreon and get some dynamite content that we're getting ready to put over there on the Patreon, man. $3 a month, man. That's more. I mean, that's less than a McDonald's fry. So go over there, get you some exclusive content on the Aboriginal Sports Network Patreon, and check out the website. Both links will be in the description of this video. I appreciate you guys for watching. Chavarious Ward may be my top cornerback to target in free agency for the New York Giants. But this has been New York Giants Full Access with Big Pat Sports Talk. And until the next episode, you know what it is, man. Peace.
4, 3, 2, 1. Connect!
Thank you guys for tuning in, and look,
I'm feeling pretty good.
welcome to New York Giants Full Access.